Welcome to In Touch, your digital exclusive rugby show, and 2019's rugby season is finally really picking up steam. Super Rugby gets underway this weekend, and we have one important new innovation on the show. If you're watching us live on Facebook right now, thanks so much for joining. Make sure that you drop your comments down below. And if you're seeing us on SuperSport 1, that means it's 7:30 p.m. on Thursday night. And it's great for us to now have you join the family as well. This is a show with a bit of a difference. When we're live on Facebook, we'd love to hear from you. And if you're watching it on SuperSport 1 on Thursday nights, we'd love you to use the hashtag #SSRugby. Send us your thoughts, input, ideas, questions, and basically anything else you have on your heart. We bring you the rugby stories you won't get anywhere else. We're not here for all the deep analysis. We're here for the scoop, the stuff behind the scenes, who the players really are. And speaking of who the players really are, didn't we just get a fresh new look on rugby with Superhero Sunday? What a fantastic initiative, and props to Cape Town for the way that they came out to support. We had our cameras there to just give you an idea of what life was like around that stadium. Stay tuned for that. We're getting to know Cornel Hendrix like you've never heard him before. Raw, honest and vulnerable. He's made a comeback into Super Rugby. Very excited to have him back in professional rugby. And today we're getting to know Cyle Brink. Kyle with the C, Kyle from the Lions, Kyle who's also besties with Malcolm Marx. But now, first, the first section of that chat with Cornel Hendrix. We've got part 2 coming your way just a little later.
Stolen by South Africa, they have a man over, and that man is Cornel Hendrix.
First time I went to camp in Stellenbosch with the Sevens guys, Coach Paul told me, listen, I believe in your ability, and I also believe that you can become one of the best Sevens players on the circuit and in the world. I grew a lot into not just a special player, but also develop to be a good human being at the end of the day, because that was Coach Paul's vision for his team. In 2014, I moved to the Free State. I love the vibe, I love the coaches, the management staff. They told me at the time, it's only 2 times you cry, when you go to Free State and when you're leaving Free State. And that's the truth. I remember we played against the Blues. After that game, I got an email that was saying, I've made the Springbok squad. And yes, just to see my name amongst all the big names like Brian Abana, Bismarck, Matfield, it was a really awesome feeling. In 2015, I moved to the Sevens camp to prepare ourselves for the 2016 Olympics. And I remember we had a fitness session in the morning, and after that we to go take our ECGs. And 20 minutes after we've done our testing, they've called me and said, listen, your ECG didn't work. Can you please go take a scan? And I remember sitting in the doctor's office, and he didn't even greet me. He just said, listen, you're done. You're done playing rugby. You can hang your boots up. And I couldn't face the world.
We welcome to In Touch a guy who knows almost as much as Cornel does about the harsh realities of getting injured when you're a rugby player and it seems like you have everything going for you. It's my honor to welcome Cyle Brink. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Elma. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's nice to see you. Rugby fans were very excited last year when you were on the cusp of breaking through at the Springboks, and then an injury in June, another injury during the Rugby Champs. Where are you now in terms of your rehab? When can we see you back on the pitch?
It's going quite well, so I think I've got another month or so before I'm back on the park. So it's been a lengthy process, but I'm excited to be back.
Has it been mostly personal growth? Because I've spoken to Cornel about the time that he spent away from the game, and he said that, you know, obviously there's a lot of dark times, but you also come through it going, I've learned a lot about myself. What's the experience been like for you?
I think at first it was a bit hard, but I had very good support structures around me, my parents and a few of my close mates, and you know, it was really nice to have them there. And I still even had a mate look after me for like the first 3 weeks when I couldn't get around properly. He drove me around, made sure I was fine all the time. So that was really nice.
You guys are a tight bunch of guys who went to Kes, right? So you are born and bred Joburg South boy. You've played at the Lions all of the age group levels, and you're playing Super Rugby for them now. So you have that cohesive kind of, you've got your boys that go all the way back to high school with you, hey?
Yeah, pretty much. And boarding school, you know, it makes you very tight with your mates. So you love having them around all the time. So it's pretty much like what we like.
So you told me earlier that you're single. So if you were to get a Valentine, since it's Valentine's Day, would she have to pass the friends test first?
Yeah, she'd probably have to get past the friends test. I wouldn't say single. I do have a Valentine.
Oh, you do have a Valentine?
I do have a Valentine, but yeah, she has to get past the friends first. So that's very important.
What did she get for Valentine's Day?
I haven't had a chance to spend time with her yet, but I'll spend time with her a bit later.
Okay, so there's going to be some quality time later.
Yeah.
When you look back at 2018 and your experiences last year, how do you feel about it? Because I'm sure people around you are like, ooh, you know, that could have been your breakthrough year, and it just wasn't.
Yeah, look, it's a bitter pill to swallow, getting injured so close to it. But I guess everything happens for a reason, and you know, it probably wasn't my time to come through yet. So, you know, I just have to get back this year, work a bit harder, and hopefully it comes again.
So Malcolm is, a very proud fan, teammate, bestie. The bromance is deep. You guys go all the way back to Kes. We just referred to your friends back in the day. How much time do you guys spend together on average?
Geez, like in the week, you know, I mean, we drive to training together, and we're at training, and then we spend a bit of time after training. So we're together a fair amount of time. But there's, like I said, there's a few of us that we spend a hell of a lot of time together.
Speaking of the guys that you spend all your time with, you guys now are you're the Spider-Man team. Do you guys love watching a bit of superhero movies on the sides? Are you into Marvel?
Yeah, I'll watch a movie when it comes out, but I enjoy my sleep, so I don't make it through a movie often.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You did say earlier that you love your sleep. I can't believe that you'd sleep through a movie even.
Yep.
That's deep love for the sleep. He literally gets about 10 hours a night. One thing that was definitely not sleep-inducing was that Superhero Sunday event at Cape Town Stadium. If you missed out on it and you feel like you missed out on a big event, you're pretty accurate in that. But if you're in Gauteng or close enough to come through this weekend, there's a big one at Loftus Versveld that we've got in store for you. You can get some inspiration from these fans.
Superhero Sunday is upon us, a brand new initiative which sees South Africa's 4 Super Rugby franchises taking each other on in a pre-season friendly environment, as much as that is achievable, in the colours of 4 of the Marvel superheroes.
Those superhero kits are phenomenal. I have to say that I really love the Lions one. If you had to pick one of the others, who do you think got the best Marvel kits besides, obviously, your own?
This is a tough one, but I'd probably say the Captain America one.
The Captain America one?
It's a far second.
Oh, it's a distant second.
Yeah, a distant second.
We're not the only people who paid attention to that Superhero Sunday event. It made ripples online across the world. The CEO of World Rugby, Brett Cosper, even retweeted this video. Such a phenomenal moment, and I think just such a lacquer atmosphere around that game and the excitement for the start of the season. I spoke to a few of your teammates down there in Cape Town. They said it was actually quite wet out on that pitch. What was your impression of the standard of rugby?
I thought it was, you know, it's a normal pre-season game. Like it's you're trying to get your structures in place, seeing what's working, what doesn't work. So, you know, like the Oaks are trying things out. So it's not 100%, but it's very, very close. So it was an exciting rugby to watch.
You and Malcolm have a strangely chirpy online relationship, because if you look at Malcolm and your Instagrams, you do tend to you know, have a go at one another often. Is that what you guys are like away from people as well?
Yeah, we actually, you know, I think if you didn't know us and you saw us together, same with Dylan Smith as well, you'd think we weren't friends at all.
Because you call one another idiot, and I mean, that is a great photo right there on the internet forevermore.
Yeah.
With friends like those.
Yeah, you don't need enemies. But yeah, we are quite chirpy, and it's, you know, it's light-hearted and stuff. So.
When you guys are driving to the stadium, driving to work every day and driving home, who takes care of the music? What do you listen to? Are you radio people? What do you...
Yeah, so we don't actually listen to a lot of music.
You're just chatting?
We'll just chat, we'll talk rubbish, or, yeah, you know, we don't really listen to a lot of music. But if we do, I'll put my music on because his music isn't so great.
Okay. So if he was a girl, would he be your girlfriend?
Not a chance.
Not a chance?
No.
Why not?
It's just not, he's not my type.
It's not your type?
Not my type, yeah.
Is it an appearance thing? Is it a personality thing?
No, the appearance, he doesn't tick the boxes with the appearance, but he is a very good person. So
okay,
yeah, that makes up for his lacking in appearance.
In appearance.
Yeah.
You guys give each other a very hard time. There was even this brilliant tweet that he posted of apparently two likenesses of yours that it was quite graphic.
Yeah.
With the ears.
Yeah. Yes. Him and Dylan don't leave my ears alone, and I'm hoping one day they also get those ears, but yeah, it'll come. I'll get my justice.
Is it a little tender?
No.
When people have a go at your ears?
No, not at all.
Do you not feel defensive about it?
No, I've had it for like 5 years, so it's pretty much.
Tell me about Cyle with a C. Your name being spelled with a C. Well, why? What is that about?
Yeah, it's just, I think my mom wanted my initials to be the same as my dad, so we were both CJ. I think.
Kyle Justin.
Kyle Justin and Colin John.
Okay.
So I think that's the reason.
And when people spell it wrong with a K, do you get touchy about it?
No, I just leave it. Unless it's like formal paperwork or something, I don't
like
really.
Embroidered on a jersey or something like that.
Yeah. But if I'm at Starbucks, you know, whatever they write.
Whatever they write's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I mean, I know the feeling that no one can ever write my name. We are getting to know Cornel Hendrix and understanding more about his personal journey away from rugby and how he's found his way to the Bulls in 2019. This is part 2.
After that month, I'm sitting at home. I'm feeling sorry for myself. I went out just to go out and play touch rugby in Stellenbosch, just to keep fit again. And I ran into my old doctor, and she told me, listen, I've heard about the news, I've read the newspapers, and I don't believe it. Because if there was something wrong with you, I would have picked it up. And she sent me to a well-known specialist, probably one of the best in the world. And she told me if he said no, then I respect his opinion and I trust him. And I went to the doctor. He told me, Cornel, you have done testing that most of my athletes cannot do. And I'm really positive, and there's nothing wrong with you. You can go on with your life and you can go play rugby again. Then a month after that, I got a phone call from an old South African. He used to play for South Africa under 21. He's from America, Paul Holmes. Paul Holmes told me he really wanted me to come play permanently for Tiger Rugby, and also I must think about life after rugby. And I told him, Paul, if you book me a ticket, I will be there now. And the week after that, I got a phone call from the high performance manager of the Bulls. He asked me what I'm doing and what's my plans, and I've told Zander that I was on my way to America to go play for Tiger Rugby. And he told me, I will do anything in my power to get you at the Bulls. After the conversation, my agent phoned me. Before he said anything, he just sang that global song. Global, fred nie van die vloer af nie. So I was so excited for that news, and I knew if I just got one more shot to play Super Rugby again, I can show my talent or what I'm worth.
phenomenal guy. He also started something called the Cornel Hendrix Foundation. Check out the great work they do to support children in his home community of Wellington in the Western Cape who really need some help. Now on to a more fun side of the show, since it's Valentine's Day and love is in the air. And, well, Cyle is known for his bromance, particularly with Malcolm Marx and Dylan Smith. But, you know, the guys at the Lions are very tight. We have a challenge for you.
Okay.
It's called the Game Around Challenge Bromance Edition. And we'd like you to now choose between your teammates. Which one do you like more, Marvin or Warren Whiteley?
I know Warren won't get touchy if I choose Marvin, but Marvin will get touchy if I choose Warren. So I think I'm going to have to go with Marvin.
Okay, you get Marvin, but I don't know if that's a compliment to Marvin, so we're going to keep Marvin. Who's next on this side, guys? We're going to sub Warren in this first round. Marnes or Marvin? Who are you tighter with?
You should have asked that first time, but yeah, it's probably still, we all tight, so, but yeah, I'll stick with Marvin.
You're going to stick with Marvin?
I'll stick with Marvin.
Is his feelings going to be that hurt?
I think so. He can get very, very upset.
Ooh, okay, so we're sticking with Marvin, guys. Let's start Marnes again. Okay, we've got Kwacha. Ach, Kwacha is such a lekker.
Yeah, I think this round goes to Kwacha.
Does this one go to Kwacha?
Yeah.
Hearts for Kwacha, guys. Hearts for Kwacha. Smith, okay, so we're keeping Kwacha. Let's sub Marvin and see who's on that side. Ooh.
Dilly.
Dilly, hey?
Yeah, yeah, Dylan will take it.
Are we keeping Dill?
Yeah.
And Dill's also gone through some serious injury woes. I mean, the two of you have spent quality time in rehab. Unfortunately, Kwacha didn't share in that bromance time there.
Yeah, but yeah, Dill win this one, yeah.
We're keeping Dill. Let's sub Kwacha and see who's next on this side.
Just
Oh, now it's on.
50-50.
50-50. No, you can't do an Owen Kamani. This can't be a draw. Who's going to win? Who has your heart?
Both of them.
This is not a polygamous bromance. It's a one-on-one bromance. If you had to choose hanging out with one of these two guys for the rest of today, who would it be?
It's still not easier.
I know it's not easy. That we want it to be tough.
Yes, but yeah, with the amount of time spent, yeah, it will probably be Malcolm.
Malcolm has his heart, the Bromance Challenge winner today. So Cyle and Malcolm sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S. No, just kidding.
None of that.
Just kidding, just bromance. Okay, so if you haven't quite gotten your finger on the pulse of what's happening this Super Rugby season, it is starting tomorrow. Take a closer look at this. We've been behind the scenes.
Ahead of a strenuous season of Super Rugby, our heroes must be in peak physical condition in order to excel. But who are the players that turn into the incredible Hulk during the summer months?
I just want to make a general request to the public. If they ever see Jesse Krill in the gym, please push him out of there. He's there every day, twice a day. We need him to focus on rugby and not body. So, Jesse, when you get to the gym, only gym here, buddy. Get out of there.
Absolutely. I mean, that's not a secret. He's a physical specimen. Some folks like to claim that tag, but they're not, like Louis de Jager and those kind of guys. So they like to say they are, but they're not, clearly. No, but Jess probably puts in the most work. He's the most professional athlete I've ever seen in my life, and not just because he's sitting next to me, it's because it's the truth. So he's probably the number one guy.
And you do get scalped on his lightweight, type of conditioning, shaping himself up, type of thing.
You want to know who does the least? Damien Delende. Who works Eben's working pretty hard at the moment, obviously because he's...
Bongi as well, I'd say Bongi.
Yeah,
Bongi
because we call him Mike Tyson, so I think we sort of know how hard those boxers work. So Bongi's always, I think Bongi brings about 4 shirts, and he wears about 4 shirts just there in the gym session because he sweats so much.
Shucks, I think we've got a few guys that got super strength. A guy like Thomas Dutour, I think he's a freak, he's a beast.
I immediately thought of one guy, Hachiva. He actually has been performing very well in the gym, I never knew he was that strong, and actually it looks like he's just, growing in leaps and bounds this year.
Hey, everybody. It is my turn now with Cyle. So, listen, I want to chat to you. Obviously, Super Rugby, everyone is super excited. First of all, do you play any Super Brew?
I don't.
You don't?
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, I get it, because you're busy. You got other things on your mind, so you're off there. But if you had to do some predictions, I would love to hear. The opening match, it's Chiefs and Highlanders. I'd love to hear what you would predict the score as.
I think the Chiefs will take it, but it'll be pretty close.
It's going to be close, right?
Within 10, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then, obviously, I mean, I'd love to get to the last game on Saturday. Obviously, your boys are playing. It's going to be quite an exciting one. What do you think the score is going to be? It's not there.
With the Lions?
With the Lions, of course, I got to get
obviously, I think my team's going to win.
Yeah.
And yes, it's very tough in Argentina. I've been there. It's never easy.
Yeah.
But I think we'll win by try or two.
A try or two,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Sunwolves are playing. They're playing the Sharks. Now, we need this win. I mean, obviously, I've got Japanese heritage. I'm supporting the Sunwolves. If we don't get a win, I mean, the season is the one way that we can actually prove ourselves to stay in the Super Rugby Championship. I'm crossing fingers. I believe we're going to take it. I have to send positive energy. If you were to say the score, what would you predict? Against the Sharks.
Against the Sharks. Sharks by 40.
I love the positive energy. I was telling you, like, I need this positive energy. Fair enough. All right, we'll see what happens on Saturday. I don't like your answer, just so you know. Listen, speaking about Japan, though.
Yeah.
Know any Japanese? The World Cup is looming. It's just a couple of months away. Are you going to be there?
Well, I would always hope so, but
right?
cross fingers.
Crossing fingers.
But yeah, I don't know.
Any Japanese? Are you ready for it if you are called up?
I don't think so. I think I can maybe say like one or two things, but that's it. Maybe count. I don't know.
You can count?
I don't even know if it's Japanese. Might be
Listen,
Chinese.
I feel like I need to give a crash course for all our boys. I feel like, don't you think that's a good idea?
Maybe.
Yeah, Ichini-san, right?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I know.
Was that what you were thinking?
Yeah, but that's where it stops. Those
I
three.
don't know if I believe you. Is that where it stops?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm gonna.
Son, yeah.
Konnichiwa.
What's that?
Hello.
Hello, yeah.
I feel like that's a really good one to know.
Yeah.
And also, gambatte kudasai.
Yeah, that's too
Yeah,
long.
no, that's too hard. But basically, it means do your best.
Okay.
Because that's what you guys are going to do. You're going to go there and you're going to slay. I know it. And I'm sure that the team's going to call you up. We're really super excited.
Yeah.
Elma, come on over here. I mean, I've had so much fun hanging out with Cyle. Cyle, it's been great having you on the show. I've actually learned quite a lot about what you guys get up to, behind the scenes kind of stuff. I think it's really important to know.
And what he really thinks of the Sunwolves.
And what he really thinks of the Sun. I don't like that topic, so we'll move right along.
The one thing that you skimmed over is the big local derby. Bulls, Stormers at Loftus. What's your call on that?
Yes, it's tough because
Yes,
they're
it's a
both
tough
good.
one.
Bulls at home. Yes, I'd have to say, yeah, Bulls maybe, but only just.
It's going to be so
by
slow.
2 points or
Bulls
3
by
points.
2?
Yeah,
Okay.
call it Bulls by 2.
Bulls by 2, that's Cyle Brink's prediction. Cyle
What
with a
about
C.
you?
I went Stormers by 3. I've already entered my Super Group.
There's also
Oh, have you? You play?
So we'll see, we'll see.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us, Cyle.
Thank you
It
for
was
having
lovely
me.
to get to know you. Good luck with your relationships with your teammates going back
Forward.
there.
And all the best with recovery, of course.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And welcome to Lalla.
Listen, I am super excited to be here.
Awesome. It's great to have you on board. Make sure that you check in with us again. If you have Thursday afternoon open, Facebook Live around about 3, then make sure you check us there. Otherwise, Thursday at 7:30 on SuperSport 1. Make sure you check First 15 tonight. Very special season opening edition of the show. There's been a few changes, but I'm not going to let too much out of the bag. Big games, of course, starting Friday morning. That big opener on SuperSport 1, 7:45, and the big one on Saturday afternoon at 5. Bulls Stormers live from Loftus Versveld. We'll see you same time, same place next week. Cheers.
Bye-bye.